Hello, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new, please do make sure you are subscribed because subscribing is free. And also, please do make sure you hit the notification bell so you do not miss anything every time I upload. Now, you guys know what's happening with the Pisani, right? But I wanted to make this video specifically because I've been thinking, we all know ukuthi the Mbisane are moneyed, mali, their bank account. Some people can compare their bank accounts with theirs, right? But I see Uguti Mamkhize. She adores her son. She loves her boy, and she will do anything. She will do anything in this world to make her son happy. Okay, anything that he wants, Mamkhize will provide, and rightfully so. That's her child, right? And I'm hoping that she is teaching him the ways of how the family business, how they're making the money. I'm not gonna get into that. That is not my business. But what I wanted to say is, when you are rich, okay, and you have children, how do you spoil your children? Do you over spoil them where they end up becoming little monsters? They become little monsters where they tend to stop respecting other people who do not live the lifestyle that they have. You understand what I mean? Where do you draw the line as a parent on how you want to do things for your children? I do understand. Our parents, or most of us, or some of us, or some of you that have grown up without money. You grew up in a household where your parents are struggling to make ends meet and stuff like that, and you become the person that you work so hard. Okay, you work so hard, you build yourself, you probably maybe build companies, businesses, and stuff like that, and you become very successful and you become rich and you get married and you have children. All right, many people that have grown up very hard, they are definitely going to say, listen, I had a hard life and I want my children to have everything and anything that they desire, things that I did not have. But now the question lies that, where do you draw the line? Do you then over spoil them where they become little monsters, like I say? Or you also teach them values? You have to have that conversation with your children where you have to teach them values. All right, there's some people that I have met where they're like, oh, do anything for my child, I'll spoil them whatever they want. If they want a Bentley, I'll buy them a Bentley. I'm like, we all have different parenting skills. You know what I mean? There have to be a point where your children, you teach them, listen, you have to work for your things, because listen, this is my legacy. This is what mommy and daddy, this is their achievement, not the child's achievement. Okay. We've seen sometimes growing up, you see those families that had money and, parents are doing well, and, tragedy always happens. This is life. Forever and ever. Life, it's unpredictable. You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. And then the parents passes away and the children are then now left alone. They don't know how to manage money. They don't know how to make the money. They don't know how to maintain the money. They don't know how to grow that money, and then they end up spending all the money, and then they're the ones that are poor right now. I know a few people when I was growing up where they were like that, and then now today it's quite sad. It's quite sad because you have, as a parent, you have to draw the line. How far do you want to go? How far do you want to go? See, where I live, I live in a place where there's a lot of very rich people where I live. Some of these people, you won't even know they're rich. You understand? You don't even know these people got money. There's people that have acres and acres and acres of land, like just keeps going and going and going. They got like generational wealth. They drive a Mazda. Yeah, drive a Mazda. And you ask them like, why? He's like, oh yeah, well, yeah, man, just take me from A to B. Like, why do I have to show off? You know what I mean? You won't even know. They don't wear Gucci's. They don't like pose around with expensive things. No, but they're freaking rich. I know a few people. Like I know a lot. Where I live, I'm surrounded by houses that cost like over $10 million, 10, $15 million. Homes. You know what I mean? So the question now is, how far are you willing to spoil your children? Yes, you have to spoil your children. They are your children, rightfully so. You are responsible for your children. But what I've learned here where I live is people, yeah, they got money. They'll do anything for their kids. They spoil them. But you'll never see them, those kids, wearing like brand names and stuff like that. They're just like, oh yeah, you can wear Nike, blah blah blah. But they don't wear Gucci's and crazy things like that. They don't drive like Bentleys and stuff. You understand what I mean? Like minors, they don't, okay? They will spoil them up to a certain point. When you reach 18, you have to then have graduated grade 12. You have to go to university. Okay? Once you go to university, they will do their duties as parents. Make sure you're taken care of at the universities, paying your fees, paying your accommodation and stuff like that. Some of them will buy them an apartment. You understand? Like those are rich people. And then once you graduate, they say, listen, you then have to choose. What do you want to do? You want to work in the family business or you starting your own thing? Whatever it is, you have to choose to make your own money. You're an adult. They tell you are an adult. You look at them and be saying, oh, Angela, he's an adult now, right? He's 22, 21, something like that. He's a father. He's got children out there. But how I see it is his mother will do anything for him. She loves her son. She loves her son. So do you guys feel like the way that Mamkhize has spoiled Andile is the result of how Andile behaves towards other people? Like belittling other people, belittling his mother, allegedly the mother of his child, and stuff like that. Do you think that behavior is okay? Just because you have money and you tell another person, Uguti, you are nothing. You're nothing. Ngaphandle kwami. Do you blame that lifestyle of his upbringing, how he was raised? No matter how much money you have, raising a son by yourself as a mother is difficult. I'm not here to blame her. I'm not here to judge her. I'm just saying, I said it on another video of mine, that a woman cannot raise a man. Okay? You can raise a boy as a mom. Most of the time fathers, they're there for their son, but the mothers, they're the ones that are doing everything. We do everything for our little boys. Okay, we raise them, their child, and then they become boys and they go and play, and then they become their teens. This is when, as a mom, you step aside. The father has to take over. You understand? The father has to take over because this is the time the father has to mold his son. This is a very important time of a father and a son. The teens from 13 years old. Those years are very, very important, that a father has to be present in his son's life. You understand? Because, okay, I'm not going to say that I don't know Andile's father, if he's that very present in his life. I don't know that, and I can't speak on it. But what I'm just saying, I'm just generally saying that the way I believe Uguti, a mother cannot raise a son. He can't, he can't raise a man. He can't raise a man. Especially in that type of upbringing when this person has everything, they get so spoiled. It's too much. I'm just gonna say, like, I just don't believe that a woman can raise a man, can mold a man. A man needs to be raised by a man. A man has to be molded by his father. Most of the time, men wanna go their father's footsteps and stuff like that. They aspire to be like their dad and things like that. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think that spoiling your children too much is good? Or do you think spoiling your children up to a certain point where you still have to teach them values of life, teach them, steer them the right direction so that, when anything can happen, this is life. When you're not there, there's kids, they're still able to make money with or without you. That's generational wealth. You understand? And at the same time, you have to teach them life values, man. Come on now. You gotta teach them respect other people. Just because you have money and that person does not have money, then you have to, treat them like dirt. We're still human at the end of the day, We're human. Zonke izinto lezi zizosala la emhlabeni. Y'all know that, right? Zizosala la emhlabeni. So you guys do let me know, are you that type of parent that you love to spoil your children? And rightfully so. I'm not saying do not spoil your children. I spoil my kids too. I do. I'm guilty of that. I spoil my children. But to a certain point. See, listen, you cannot have everything. You understand what I mean? You can't have everything. You can't have it. You give them everything, they just disregard the other stuff that you had gotten for them, and they get bored too fast, and then you gotta keep feeding them. You gotta keep feeding this little monster that you're creating. You understand what I mean? But anyway, you guys do let me know. Do you feel like Mamkhize is allegedly also to be blamed by the way Andile's upbringing has been, or being too spoiled? Do you think that, he can change? You think he can change? I mean, the way he spoke to the mother of his child, for me, that was just a huge red flag. I mean, we don't know the full context of that whole conversation that was going on. I wish we had listened to the whole thing that had led to what he was saying, right? Then we can just say, okay, all right, I understand from this point of view. I understand from that point of view. But right now, I'm just judging by what I heard, right? But anyway, you guys do let me know what you think on the comment section. And please also don't forget to like and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss anything every time I upload. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me. I will see you again on my next one. It is time for me to go to bed. And thank you. Bye.